Okay, we're about to get out here and see if we can catch a fish this morning. But it's early. I wish I'd have got out of here a little bit earlier, but we're going to try to fish some brush this morning. It's been going to be 98 degrees today, boy. And when it gets like that, you got to get them in the mornings and go home, because it gets too tough for an old man. My setup, I'm using my, 9-foot Southern Crappie rods like I always use. I love to do that when I'm fishing brush, and that's what we're doing. We're fishing man-made cover brush piles today. And I've got a little number 6 hook and 2 little old split shot right here above it, just to hold it down. And we're just basically going to float about 10-11 foot deep right on top of the brush and see if there's anything on these things this morning. That's one of my setups, and I know I'm 9 foot long. I got 9 foot out. I'm a foot out of the water, so I'm going to go about 2 foot. That way I'm 10-11 feet. Okay, now my next one, I love to fish these little jig heads. This is the number 32nd number 6 hook. This is a little red one, same thing, but I got 1 split shot on it, and I just got a loose overhand knot tied in it. That way it'll just hang there. It's been so hot and I've been busy, I don't know if there's going to be anything on it or not. But one thing about fishing this time of the year on these clear water lakes, these fish are going to go to brush. Now whether they're going to be on this one or not, I don't know. Same thing, here's a little, same setup. That's just a little number 6 hook. Whoa, stop it. Little red one. We'll try a little bit of everything and see if there's anything on them. Let's go down. Crap, my seats. I got the wrong seat up here again this morning. People said, man, greasy seat. You said that right. This son of a gun does make some noise, especially when you're trying to do some video work. Okay, now I'm in, and the thing about fishing, generally I like to fish out the front of the boat, but when I'm doing a video, I just put a little bit out to the side like this. That way you get a little bit better angle of what's going on. And as hot as this weather is, I mean, we've got already, it's the end of June. Well, summer be here tomorrow, and Lord have mercy, we got 87-degree water already, and that's at 6:30 in the morning. So needless to say, it's done and got hot. And I really haven't been out fishing. I've been actually working. And I believe I had a bite right there. But see these 9-foot rods, he'll just pull it down a little, he'll just, whoa, I missed that son of a gun. Typical me. That son of a gun weighed 2 pounds. I seen by the way he bit how much he weighed. But especially when it gets hot like this, these fish are feed at night, and as that sunlight comes up, they'll start moving back into this brush more. But the only thing about it is it'll be so hot this old man can't fish then. So hoping, we can fish here this morning and catch some of these fish as they start moving in to the brush. And once you get them started, I got some wanting to bite it, but they must be small ones. These more big ones, they'll just take that son of a gun and it'll just go straight on down. It don't look like we've got any big ones on it this morning, or big bites that I can tell. They just not wanting to hit it like you really want a fish to hit it. But heck, anything's better than nothing if you can get on them. But once you get one hitting, it's sort of, you know, you'll catch one, then, you know, if they're sort of sluggish, more or less you got to get them in a feeding frenzy, because they are ambush feeders, and now they moved into this brush overnight. I mean, this morning, early in the morning, they're moving back into the brush. But you put your brush out, and one of the good things, one of the good things about when you push your brush out, that's no monster, but he's half-pound, you know, maybe 9 ounces, 10 ounces, I don't know. He's a good eating fish. But even then, I don't even like to eat them this time of the year. I generally keep mine in the winter time, simply because, you know, the meat's a little bit more firmer. That son of a gun there wouldn't have come out in 3 days. But hopefully there'll be more. Oh God, you don't even want to see this thing. I hope they're better than that off this thing. But this is a real good thing to do this time of the year on these lakes, because they do stack up on cover. Fish love cover, no doubt about it. I mean, it ain't no big secret, and the best cover they got is a brush pile, other than a boat dock or dingy water, and we don't have any dingy water. This lake is a clear water lake, and a lot of us run into that this time of the year. But if you have kids, you know, they've got that attention deficit disorder, whatever it is, like my grandboys or my wife. You know, if you don't put them on fish, they are ready to go home. I'm gonna drop that down. Yeah, it's about 11 feet. But they are ready to go home, but if you can't put them on no fish. And you can get, especially if it's got some small fish on it, you know, you can get on these brush piles just right, and you can just have a ball. They bite it, but they ain't wanting to bite it. They're biting it real slow. You know, they're real sluggish. Oh, that's pretty good. Let me get him. Now, if you wanted to have a fish fry, you know, these son of a guns are right here. They just perfect. Oh man, I lost him. That was another one. He was close to 2 pounds. But it's a real lot of fun and you can fill your freezers up. What I like to do on fish this time of the year, you know, I put them on ice for a couple of days, and they get a little bit firmer. The meat gets firmer, easier to clean, and to me it makes for better eating. But I don't keep them this time of the year anyway. But it appears that this one here is just going to have small fish on it today. And I'm using some 4-pound test because it is clear water. It's just clear. Actually, ghost line, I sell it. Southern Crappie ghost line. It's real thin. And fish, oh man, fish love this. And see, I just do a little old loop knot. I bring me some slack in it, and I'll just tie a knot in it one time and go over again. Then I'll wet it. And if you got clippers, it works good. Not use your teeth. And it just hangs down. But generally this one here, I don't think it's, you can always catch a big fish. I don't know what that son of a gun is, but if I could catch him, I'd probably take that aggravating son of a gun home. Nah, I won't take him on today. But he just keeps on biting this red hook, but he will not take it. Okay. Now, then moved off the brush a little bit, and you have the eye pilots, and you know, with the spot lock and stuff, and I think they work pretty good as long as the wind's not blowing. But any of you watch my videos know that I can't afford a dead flame eye pilot. And I've just got a regular autopilot, but when I'm fishing my brush, I just got it on manual because I can maneuver around my brush. I can stay on it pretty good. If the wind blows, I can handle it more, I believe, when the wind blows than an iPilot will. Because the iPilot can't control the wind either, and it's going to blow you off. Then it's going to speed up and you go over the top of it and things like that. Whereas just putting it on manual and learning how to use it. But I do like the Minn Kota feature with the slide and all that, other than your motor guides or something, because whoa, this is a hammer. He ain't no hammer, but there's a nutting biting right there. Oh good God. I really didn't expect that off this. Because generally when you start catching small ones, that's what's on it, small ones. But I did, well, you know what they always say, a blind hog can find an acorn. Well, I did find one off this one. I mean, he's a whitefish. He's over a pound and a half. That's that one that did a while ago. I told you bit that one right there a while ago, and I said, That fish was close to 2 pounds. People don't believe I know that crap. I don't know that crap. I'm just lying, but I get guys telling me all the time, oh yeah, I know that one. That one right there. But he bit good. Oh Lord. Well, these son of a gun that can come out for one and into the other. Uh-oh, he's a bleeder. But I'm not going to keep him. I hope he'll make it, but I doubt it. I doubt if he makes it. Because I'm just not taking these fish home. It's not the eagles that's got to eat too. Oh man, that was another 2 pounds. You see that? God. Let me get back to where I was to doing that. And I tell you, you got to get out here early. I mean, there's a bass boat right up there. But there ain't been a couple boats here this morning this early. I wish I'd have got out here a little bit earlier. But there's really no need in getting out here real early, simply because, you know, they're out feeding at night. And the sun comes up, they're going to start hitting some of this brush. And, you know, that's when the bite's going to get better. But even then, when it gets hot, that gets going to go deeper. That sun's going to get up brighter. They're going to go deeper and deeper. And plus, by that time, you know, you little rich kids that live on the lake and got the jet skis and all, they're going to be out here because it's summertime. They're going to be out here skiing and jet skiing and all kinds of crap. If that's something, I believe something's wrong with that dead blame hook. But, and then generally about 10 o'clock in the morning, you drunks start getting up. And when the drunks get on the water, it just gets nasty. Look at that wild son of a gun. That's a pretty good one right there. Another good eating fish. But, how in the world did that son of a gun get hit? You know, they're just wonderful fish. If you want to have a fish fry, and like I said, you get on these brush piles. But I tell everybody, you know, get out here and do your dead blame homework and put you some brush in, and you can have fun like this when you get out here fishing. But I was telling you that you got to do it and get done and get home. Like I said, I'm not going to fish for just a couple hours this morning, and then I'm going home. And as most people can tell, I mean, you see right here, you don't have to fish all day, and you sure don't have to be brutally fishing in that. You don't have to be fishing in that dead blame 100-degree weather. You heard me talk before about fishing in the wintertime, that solar heat. You know, it can be 40 degrees when you out here in this solar heat. And this water feels so good because you ain't on, you know, that old sun's just beating down on this water, just reflecting you good. Well, the same thing is opposite. When you're fishing in the summertime, that old solar heat comes down beating on this sun, and you just sitting right in the middle of this mirror out here on the lake. And buddy, it gets warm, and it gets warm quick. So the young boys, I'm seeing them little stupid, I mean, them little tough boys, them young boys, they get out here all day long. But as you get up like my age and stuff like that, you just don't want to get out here in that heat. You get out here and you catch your fish that morning. But you got a couple brush piles you can go to. You can catch 10 or 12. You know, here, then you go to another and you catch 10 or 12, and then you got your limit and you can go home. But one thing that, if you are fishing brush, serious brush, and you on say these were all good fish, tournament fish. You know, even if there's no tournament around or anything like that, if you like to fish, when you get on these brush like this that's holding good fish, you know, a smart fisherman, he's not going to wear that brush pile out, because big fish attract other big fish, and you might catch 4 or 5 off of it. You say, okay, I'm done with this, and even though you can sit here and say, man, I could wear them out today, you really don't want to do that. You know, leave some more fish there to attract other fish. That's the way we do it. That's the way I like to do it anyway. And I got my net. You know, you put your net up here, and I'm the world's worst for forgetting my dead blame net. But that's just typical me. But you know, I talk to a lot of guys and say, well, I don't net no fish, I just pick them son of a guns up. And well, that's all well and fine if you want to pick them up. But especially if you got a big fish, you know, or something. You know, I like to net them son of a guns. You know, it's a whole lot less stressful when that son of a gun comes off than you go to cussing like a yard dog. You know, but anyway, I say, and you know, always have your net. There's many uses for a net to have it in here. You know, you can catch fish with this net. I mean, you catch your fish, you net it. And you pick up your buoy. You can't get by it on the boat, you just grab your net and you pick up your buoy. You got your net there to do that. You know, you're riding down the river and your hat blows off. You got to go by, you scoop it up with your net. You know, you're sitting here fishing or something, and Lord God, you know, a snake comes by, you got your net, you can beat the crap out of that snake with the net. You got to have a net in the boat. Your buddies is next door, they got some beer for you, something like that, some water. This is a 12-foot extendable net. He's got one, you got one. You can get within 24 feet. You stick that thing out there like that, and they'll just flip them over and give you something to drink. And you don't have to get over there and mess with them all day. But that, you know, that's some of the good things that you can come out of a net that I've seen. You know, that's why you always got one of them son of a guns in the boat. Yeah, eventually you will step on that son of a gun, or you'll bend it or whatever. But straighten it out or get you nothing, but you always need a net. One of the best ideas one of my friends told me one time was, it was the best dead blame fishing gift you could think of. It wasn't a 12-foot net. I think it was about an 8-footer or something like that. He got his wife for her birthday. You know, and it didn't make sense to her or anybody else until he told her exactly what to do, how to use that net. And it makes a lot of sense. You know, if you out there fishing, you riding down the river, them son of a guns that got them nets stuck up like that, you know, that ain't nothing but an advertisement to say, I got my net out here, y'all come on in and fish with me, I've been using my net. That's why you always leave your net laying down in the boat. You riding down the river, and you riding down the river and you see somebody with that net sticking up, oh yeah, man, that's a good spot, they got their net out, you know, doing that. And don't tell me you ain't never seen that, don't tell me you ain't never thought that, because me being a pro and stuff, oh crap, man, I can't catch fish this morning. Me being a pro and all that, like some people think, oh yeah, he's a pro. I ain't no pro. I'm just a dead blame fisherman just like y'all are. I just like to fish and do videos to try to help people catch fish. But, well, come on in, you sorry dog, you. But anyway, back to that net. He got his wife one. Uh-oh, this might be a netter here. I got this in here, let me set him down. That's pretty good. You see, I got my net available right now. I can just go down there and scoop his little butt up. They liking them bigger ones. They liking that red jig head. They're biting the red jig head more than they are the other stuff. But anyway, that's a nice. He's pretty, ain't he? Boy, that clear water gives him such good color. Really makes some pretty fishing. Nice fish. I don't know how many we caught, but like I said, we got a 20 limit fish on this lake, 8 inches. And you get out here in the mornings and it don't take long. You know, you'll get them 20 fish. Don't take them long at all to do that. And like I said, your buddies out here fishing, they say, well man, he had caught some. He caught some Friday. They don't know you was out here at daylight and you was home at 9 o'clock. Well, I don't know when he went. I went by his house and his truck sitting there by his house. Well, that's true. Like I told you, you get out here and get it done before the drunks get up. By the time he got up, I was done and back. Did I just say my buddy was a... Oh, God, look at that son of a gun. Did I just say my buddy was a drunk? No, he ain't no drunk. I'm just lying. I'm just lying to y'all. But yeah, they do wonder, you know, don't you ever fish anymore? But that's pretty well. But oh, back to where I was telling you about my buddy. And that reminds me, y'all pray for that fella. He's got melanoma. Been a fisherman his whole life. And like all of us, we were young, we were tough and invincible. And everybody knows what melanoma is. That's your skin cancer that comes from exposure to the sun more than anything in the world. And that's why I tell anybody, you need to wear sunscreen. Sunscreen will help more than anything in the world. You might smell sweet to your partner, but it will help prevent a lot of that he's having to go through now. And I just pray for him because he's a good friend of mine, and that's a tough thing to do. But he was telling me he got his wife one of these things for Christmas. I mean, her birthday, got her a net. And she was sort of puzzled. He said, honey, don't worry about it. He says, put this thing, he said, it'll open up. He said, put this thing in your trunk of your car. And if you have any problems, you got a flat tire, your car won't crank, whatever. He said, just take this net out and open this net up and just stand it on the side of the car next to the road where people can see it. He said, I guarantee you, he says, there'll be some fishermen by and slow down, and he'll come right in there to help you because he's seen that net sticking up. He said they'll do it every time. He said, you just stick that net up. And you know, I thought about it. I said, God knows I got my wife one too. She ain't used it yet, but I thought then, you know, I said that was pretty darn good. You know, one of the best ideas that I've heard somebody talk about in a long time, as far as cheap, innovative ideas, you know. But that's about it, you know, as far as, you know, fishing for the crappie. You know, you little son of a gun, you. God, I want to catch that 2-pounder. I know that was a 2-pounder that bit like that. I know it was. But we're going to have to go. If I can catch one more, I'd be happy. But like I said, this is just a 9-foot southern crappie rod. It's got a real good sensitive tip on it. There's many different ways to fish for crappie. You know, people like to tight line the long rods, and they got all kinds of baits out. That works, and I use those baits too. But honestly, certain times of the year, when fish on brush, you know, keep it simple, because I've got that one. Keep it simple. Especially, you know, if you take kids. Whoa! I told you that son of a gun was 2 pounds. He's not a 2-pounder, but he's not a 2, but he's good. He's over a pound, you know. Just super good fishing. But what I was saying was, keep it simple. You know, you don't have to get so complicated when it comes to fishing brush, because the best bait that you're going to find anywhere, and I'll argue with any man across the country, and most of them agree, the best bait you're going to find is a minnow, buddy. And just put you a hook and a minnow and drop it down on top of him. And if they in that feeding mood where they feeding up, you know, once you get them started, they're going to get greedy, and they're going to come after it. So I hope this helps, you know, just a little fun fishing in the summertime like this. And, you know, right now, honestly, it is 10 minutes after 7. You know, we started at, what, 20 minutes till? We've been fishing 20 minutes, or I don't know how long we've been. I ain't been fishing long. But, you know, it's just uncut. You see this video is just uncut editing. You'll see how you can catch them off a brush. But remember now, if I can help you with some of these 9-foot rods, I mean, even got ghost line, I got nets, just give me a call. I'm Ed Duke. And you can go on my website, www.southerncrappierods.com. And hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.